you haven't gone to see Sinners yet, you're doing something wrong. But we're going to talk about it anyway. So grab a seat, get you a drink. Let's do it. Cheers.
We are the DFPN. Always question the answers.
So Sinners, 2025, released on April 18th, directed and written by Ryan Coogler, who you would most likely remember from Creed and from the Black Panther films from the MCU. Man, he jumped out of the MCU and dropped a bomb on everybody that I don't know that anybody was really expecting. Obviously, his prior films, with the exception of Fruitvale, I don't think I've seen that yet, but I'm definitely going to check it out now, were very, very well received, but were very much, they felt like they came out of the studio system, right? Creed felt like a Rocky movie. Black Panther felt like an Avengers movie. So this is the first film of his that I got a chance to see that purely felt like it was Ryan Coogler and his cast and his crew. And man, did they kill it with this.
Can bring fame and fortune.
Will somebody take me in your eyes?
But it also can pierce the veil between life and death.
It was amazing. Miles Cadden here playing Preacher Boy Sammy. Adrena Ward Hammond. Jack O'Connell was outstanding as kind of the lead antagonist here. Delroy Lindo was amazing to see on screen. I always love everything he's done. I think the first film I saw him in, or that I remember seeing him in, was Romeo Must Die, the Jet Li Aaliyah film from, I want to say I think it was the early 2000s. Could have been the late 90s, though, which I loved. But just the cast of this movie kills it. Omar Benson Miller as Cornbread was great to see in this. And really the whole cast is just outstanding. I cannot overstate how good they were. Now, that being said, I have never been a big fan of Michael B. Jordan. I always thought he was good, but I don't know that I ever saw him as a movie star. He just never had a role that I looked at and was like, that guy could carry a film. Even in Creed, even though he was the lead in that film, I felt like a lot of his character was carried by those around him. That's not the case here. Michael B. Jordan here plays two roles.
You twins?
Nah, we cousins.
He plays twin brothers, Smoke and Stack. Their actual names are Elias and Elijah. And he's absolutely stellar. He plays two characters that are similar enough that you know they're family. And you know they love each other, but they are very different in their approaches to life. But they're both headed in the same direction, right? It's that unified, brotherly family. Here's where we're going. Here's how we need to get there. Now, how do we balance each other out to make sure that we get to where we need to go? And he's absolutely amazing. This movie overall, the basic premise is that you've got Preacher Boy, who really is the focus of the story here, is the son of a preacher, hence the name, who got a guitar from the twins, played by Michael B. Jordan, and he plays blues music. The twins come back from Chicago after getting into some shit, and go to open up their own juke joint, which in 1930s Mississippi, which is where this is set, it's the equivalent of today's club, right? It's a place for folks to go to drink and dance and have a good time and just forget about the shitty existence which was being black in Mississippi, post-slavery and pre the Civil Rights Act of 1963, the Jim Crow South, the early to middle days of the Jim Crow South. Opposite them, you have an Irish immigrant who shows up and builds a clan, to put it blatantly, of folks that are looking to leverage some. Let's just say they want to be a part of what's going on. I don't want to spoil too much about this, and they go head to head, right, throughout the course of an evening. But this is very much a movie about the blues and about black culture and black family and black strength. But I don't want that to turn off people who sit back and go, well, I'm not black, I'm not going to get it. Yes, you will. Coogler and the cast do a very, very good job here of making sure that this is accessible to everyone, right? There is nothing in this film that me as a redneck white boy who grew up in the post Jim Crow South didn't understand about this movie and didn't enjoy about this movie. There was nothing in this movie that I hadn't seen growing up in the South other than vampires. Never seen a vampire, thank God. But I call a lot of the movies I watch films because technically they are. But to me, there is a big difference between a movie like Minecraft, or Drop, right? And a film like Sinners, or what's the last one I saw that I would really categorize as being a film? Nosferatu, really? This is art with heart and with a story to tell, and it needs to be seen. Unless my research is flawed, I believe this is one of two, or potentially the only film being released in 2025 that was actually shot with IMAX cameras. And this deserves to be seen in an IMAX theater. So if you have the opportunity and you can afford to go see it that way, go see it that way. If you can't, see it however you can. This is a movie that deserves to be seen. The director essentially negotiated a deal where he gets first dollar of all profits, and in 25 years, the rights are going to revert back to him. So every ticket that's bought for this goes to the people that created it, and not directly to the studios. Go see this movie. We need more of this. And for all you folks that are out there pissing and moaning about how everything's a sequel, everything's a remake, blah, 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 this is an original film. This is an original IP. It is written and directed by Ryan Coogler, who gets first dollar of all profits. Go support this movie if you're tired of sequels and reboots. Okay? Now, I have nothing negative to say about this movie. I'll put that out there right now. I can't think of a single thing about it that I did not like. There wasn't a single thing about it that my 19-year-old daughter that I went to see it with didn't like. I have nothing mixed to say about this movie. And I mean, I'll have to go back through and really take a look at the reviews that I've done prior. This is a full 5-star film. This is a masterpiece. of cinema. And I don't say that lightly. I'm not someone who looked at Nosferatu and was like, oh, this is a masterpiece of cinema. No, that was a very pretty film. It's a very pretty film. But from a story standpoint, it just didn't have it for me, right? This is 100% a masterpiece of filmmaking and of acting and of storytelling and of music. Oh my God, there is a scene in this movie that I will say it underscores it shows the impact of music on culture, and not just black culture. And it shows a unification of people across time, location, race, culture, all around music, and it is beautiful. If this movie doesn't get awards for that scene, whether it's sound design or choreography or editing or art direction or shit, pick one. I don't care which one. This movie deserves an award for that scene alone. And if it doesn't get a nod, then that's a slap in the face to all of us as movie fans. That would be up there with I've forgotten the name of the horrible movie from 24 now. The trans musical. Anyway, you know which one I'm talking about. When that one got 13 nominations, everybody was like, how in the hell did this movie get 13 nominations? If this movie doesn't get a nomination, it'll be as much of an insult as that one getting 13 was. So, anyway, I'm not going to belabor this too much. I'll be doing a podcast episode here in the next week or so about horror musicals. And I am very, very happy that this one came out. Even though it's not a true musical, once you see it, you'll understand why I'm including it in that episode. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, I can't say enough good things about this movie, and I'm not going to belabor it too much. It's really good. The stars are great. The directing is great. The music is... This is the best soundtrack I think I've ever heard for a film, maybe? Anyway, just to wrap it up so I'm not belaboring points, this has become my favorite vampire movie of all time. This has made its way into my top 10 films of all time. So when I say go see this in theaters, I'm not saying that lightly. That's 42 years of being obsessed with movies. Even though I've only been talking about them on YouTube for a couple months now. Go see this movie. Make up your own mind. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought, whether you agreed, disagreed, what you liked, didn't like. I'd love to hear other people's spin on it, because this movie is getting a lot of positive hype. I believe it's fully earned, but some of you may not after you see it, and I'd love to hear those different opinions. But yeah, like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Keep an eye out for my Nightmares and Nerdscapes presents musicals and horror, which will be coming out soon on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all that good stuff. But go see a movie. Grab your family, grab some popcorn, grab a drink, go sit in a dark theater with a bunch of strangers, and just enjoy some cinema. We'll catch you next time.